From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Afternoon Edition.
Right now on the Afternoon Edition, the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit kicks into high gear today with President Biden arriving to town in just about an hour. Good afternoon. I'm Elizabeth Cook. With world leaders coming to San Francisco today and tomorrow, major road and street closures going into effect, causing huge impacts in and around downtown. We'll have more on that in just a moment. But first, I look across the Bay Area. Rain expected to hit the region. Meteorologist Jessica Birch is tracking the storm for us. Jess?
All right, let's take a quick look at that, Liz. Starting off with why this is even happening. We have a huge area of low pressure offshore. This huge storm system just kind of sitting there, and it's going to linger around and hang out with us all week long, bringing in a series of storms all throughout this week. We already saw it this morning all throughout the North Bay with some heavy pockets of rain up there this morning. It was a lot more dry down in the South Bay, and that's still the case right now as we take a live look at that first alert Doppler heading into this afternoon. Anywhere from Dillon Beach over into Bodega Bay, all the way up just across those mountains into areas like Santa Rosa and Roanoke Park. We're currently seeing those light showers still tracking off into the east. Now, as we head more south, like I said, the South Bay has been spared so far. We've been seeing clear conditions so far, but things are going to change within the next couple days. We're going to see a lot more storms moving their way in as early as tomorrow afternoon that will impact the South Bay. But the South Bay is also dealing with above average temperatures today. So let's take a quick look at what's going on there. Widespread throughout the Bay Area. We're talking about 60s in the forecast this afternoon. So keep the umbrella handy for the next couple days, of course. But as for temperatures, this is actually beautiful weather for us during this time of year. We're sitting about 8 degrees above average down in San Jose. That gives us 75 degrees for this afternoon. Beautiful conditions down there. We're going to have more on that in a bit, and I'll show you some live looks coming up in just a second. But for now, back to you, Liz.
Thank you, Jess. Meanwhile, President Biden left Joint Base Andrews this morning and is expected to touch down at SFO later on this afternoon. Vice President Kamala Harris is also on her way. She is expected to arrive in about an hour from now. And tomorrow, the president will meet with Chinese President Xi Jinping in San Francisco. The last time the two leaders met was about a year ago. Joining me now is CBS News correspondent Weijia Jiang. Weijia, thank you so much for joining us.
I mean, it's great to be here.
It's great to have you. Okay, tell us a little bit about the president's visit. What does he hope to accomplish?
So this is an economic forum with leaders from countries in the Indo-Pacific, and the administration is really committed to showing that the U.S. is investing in this region, and it all comes down to China because the U.S. wants to strengthen its ties with the countries around China as it continues to compete with Beijing. And that's why this summit with Xi Jinping is so important, because you might remember this relationship has been really tense, and communications went dark essentially after the U.S. shot down that Chinese spy balloon back in February. And our defense secretary tried to get his counterpart on the phone to say, hey, let's talk about this. And he couldn't get an answer. And so that is why right before leaving Washington to come here to San Francisco, the president said his main goal is to reestablish communications with China, with Xi, to make sure that, hey, if we pick up the phone and call you guys, you will answer. So I think that's his main goal when it comes to the president of China.
Now, of course, the war in the Middle East is top of mind during APEC summit as well. What do you think he's going to talk about with President Xi when it comes to the war in the Middle East and other world leaders?
Well, I think that, he might push Xi Jinping to be tougher on Iran because there is this concern that the conflict could spread and expand. And he's been watching, along with other administration officials, Beijing's reaction, which has not been as robust as they would have liked. And so it is a tricky line, though, for the president. We saw that yesterday when he met with the president of Indonesia, who essentially called on the U.S. to do more to support a ceasefire. And so other leaders in the region might put that pressure on the president as well. And so he's in a tough spot. But not only is this conflict unfolding, but also the one in Ukraine. And so these two are the backdrop. The president wants to show that, hey, I can do all of this at once. I'm still invested in the Indo-Pacific, but he's well aware of how those two wars are playing into all of this.
A lot of very tense and complicated issues that he needs to discuss and come to some sort of agreement or maybe understanding with the Chinese president. All right, Weijia, I know you have a very, very busy week, but we're hoping to check in with you throughout the week to kind of get updates and your perspective on all these events.
Well, it is my pleasure to be here. I love talking with you.
I love seeing you.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it'll be fun to check in with you every day. right. All right, well, with the APEC summit in full swing, that means more traffic headaches, unfortunately, especially during the evening commute. Drivers, be prepared. Street closures on the Bay Bridge are now in effect. Our chopper was over the bridge earlier today. The far left lane of the eastbound direction and the far right lane, the westbound direction, are both shut down. And it's not just the bridge. Areas around the Fairmont Hotel will be impacted all day long and around the Moscone Center. Here's a look at the traffic map in the city right now. All green, which is great news, but expect that to change as we get closer to the events of tomorrow. Despite, though, all the traffic coming into the city, business owners inside the APEC security zone say they hardly see any customers at all. Foot traffic inside the Metreon has been light so far. One business owner tells us sales are down 80%, and food delivery drivers are struggling to pick up orders.
I feel so disappointed.
I think people are just trying to avoid the congestion. They're trying to avoid the delays in their schedule. And if they were coming to Soma for anything else, I think they're really trying to avoid it.
And many businesses in the security zone believe the fencing, security protocols, and traffic headaches are keeping people away. And one event happening this week during the APEC summit hopes to celebrate the unique diversity of the Bay Area. Our Sean Chitness has more on the event called KPIX, an LGBTQ plus party for APEC attendees.
The Castro has become a destination for visitors decade after decade since becoming an iconic neighborhood in San Francisco, not only for its historic role in LGBTQ rights, but the sense of community it continues to offer today. So Bay Area leaders decided it was the perfect place to host a party during the APEC summit.
We're excited to be able to host KPIX, recognizing the intersectionality between that of the Asian Pacific Islander community, as well as our strong LGBTQ plus community.
South Bay Assembly member Evan Lowe wants to lean into those large demographics and set an example for how they can thrive, especially for those who identify as both.
If APEC was going to be in my hometown, I really ought to help put together something big and gay and queer for the event.
San Francisco Supervisor Raphael Mandelman's district includes the Castro. He says they had to take this opportunity while hosting one of the largest international events in the city's history.
I do think that there's tremendous power in community.
Mandelman acknowledges that because the level of acceptance for LGBTQ people in the Asia-Pacific region can vary, it may not be easy for some attending APEC to show up to an event like this.
There are also delegates for whom coming to an event like this may take a little bit of courage and may even be a little bit risky.
Assemblymember Lowe adds that the fight for more rights in those nations motivates the organizers to lead by example, showing how everyone benefits from a more inclusive society.
We want to show the world how absolutely fabulous we are here in San Francisco and the Bay Area.
For more information on APEC, including road closures, just head to our website, kpix.com. Now to the latest on the Israel-Hamas war. Gaza's biggest hospital has become a major focal point because Israel says Hamas has a command center under it and is using doctors and patients as human shields. Israel has not given proof of those claims. Israeli troops are pushing deeper, though, into Gaza, looking for militants and about 240 hostages captured on October 7th. Hamas now says it's ready to release up to 70 women and children in exchange for a 5-day ceasefire. Meanwhile, a march for Israel taking over the National Mall today. They are speaking out against anti-Semitism and calling for a release of the hostages being held in Gaza. There are multiple Bay Area Jewish groups at that march.